last year, I was requested to go up there. We had a few starts on the Olympic Peninsula, and there's not a lot of staff up there, and they wanted some additional help. So I was sent up there as a Type 3 IC as well as a strategic operations planner. And I went up there and supported the FMO, and what it was is a little lightning had come through and started a few fires, and there needed to be assessment what to do with the fires. The Olympic Peninsula is pretty unique in that much of it is a big wilderness, over 1 million acres of wilderness for the most part in that area, but it does have communities and infrastructure and associated stuff around there. Plus it's a major travel area, so there's a lot of hiking trails and things like that. Then it's diverse as well as with the terrain. The western portion, very much a rainforest, and then it kind of creates a rain shadow, so the eastern side being quite a bit drier. And these were scattered in both of those areas, and one of those fires being relatively close to one of the major tourist areas where people drive out along this road and they get a good look at some of the Olympic area. So we took a time and relatively quickly, in just a couple days, and assessed what the fires were doing. So we were taking a look at the normal cycle of weather and how it would go on, the climatology and that expectation, evaluating where the fires were, fuels conditions, the topography, and the subsequent movement. But then the other thing we were really looking at was the values at risk, as well as the values that could benefit. So that's always this conditional thing that exists when fire is out there. Is fire is not good or bad. It depends on the values and your perception and what you want out there. As we started evaluating that, a lot of it was within the normal fire behavior that you would see under historical type conditions that have been analyzed previously. So the determination for a lot of this is when we're talking about the ecological values and working with the natural resource management staff, that those fires were actually providing benefit ecologically out there. And we still had other values of concern, the safety of people, infrastructure and structures that were in the immediate area. So we looked at those, and one of the things that became apparent is because of the topography, the fuel types, the conditions of those fuels. There's some bug kill and snags, dead and decadent material, and the amount of labor that it would take to use something like a direct suppression strategy. It put personnel at a high risk.